Hey, all you cats and kittens.
You jacked it up. Anyway, my name is Sarah, and this is my mom, Cindy.
I am not Carol Baskins.
Debatable. We're today gonna talk about something that makes me very, very mad. But I feel like some people have been doing not a great job at talking about it, and some people have been trying to spread false rumors. So I wanted to talk about my opinion on it.
It's a very serious subject.
Yes, disclaimer, if you're triggered by any type of course a car is going to go by when we decide to film. If you're triggered by any kind of topic like that, then I would suggest
take your time.
Anyway, I would suggest that you don't watch it. So bye. For those of you who stayed, hello. We're gonna talk about Woojin, former member of Stray Kids. Now I'm calling him Kim Woojin, not Stray Kids member Woojin, because he's not a Stray Kids member anymore. He is not a K-pop idol. He's not.
You need to not take this out on Stray Kids because they
Yes.
have nothing to do with it. As a matter of fact, they've only been hurt by it.
This actually hurts them more that, some of the stays are not being part of the fandom anymore because of this situation. And no, it's not their fault.
No, it's not. And in so many ways they've been hurt by this,
The betrayal alone is hurtful.
let alone some of the things that he's done to them.
So, all of it started when a Twitter thread started, and I'll put the exact date of when the Twitter thread went down because I cannot remember right now. And basically this girl, it is a girl. I know in his response it auto-corrected, the translation came out to be him, so it was kind of like weird sounding.
But the way Korean is written,
the pronouns come out weird.
yeah.
From what I understand. If I'm wrong, tell me. So, basically this girl said that she was at a club with her friend, and a member of a boy group came up to her and, was flirting with her, and they were not interested.
Basically wouldn't leave him alone.
Yeah, and he kept trying to use the fact that he was a part of this famous group to sleep with them, basically. And when they said no, he touched them inappropriately. And
on their backside.
Yeah, he groped them inappropriately, and a couple of other women have also come out and said that he either did something physically inappropriate towards them, or he harassed them online. And all of them say that he was pretty vocal about what group he was in. So for people who are saying that it also could be other people because their names,
other groups, it's not.
No, those are false rumors. Don't bring other groups into this.
It was just him alone.
Literally him. And even if this is false, this is all alleged right now. Even if this is all false, you're still bringing other people into it who are not a part of it.
Yeah.
And everybody, alright, my thoughts are scattered because I'm frustrated.
So, okay. One of the rumors is that one of the Chinese members of a group. We won't name the group.
Yes, this
you can find out on your own.
This is just a rumor. Nobody knows if this part of it is correct.
But he's supposed to have raped
one of the boys in the group.
Yes.
Specifically a younger member.
This is a Chinese group.
They're a Chinese group, but they're under JYP level. That's all I'll say. So that's one of them, but that one is... That one probably actually could be fake. I
don't know.
I don't know because I haven't heard that much about that side of the story.
There's videos out there, and I don't know. The way that they reacted to him could be.
Okay, the next allegation would be Stray Kids was at an award show, and he was sitting next to Hyunjin, and IZ*ONE, or I think that you say how you pronounce it is IZ*ONE, was performing, and ITZY's sister is the main dancer in that group. And
one of ITZY's sisters.
One of the members from ITZY's sister is in that group. And he was inappropriately touching himself while watching her perform. Specifically her, like he was looking at her. And the video is very uncomfortable.
There's actually a video of him touching himself.
Touching his thighs and his crotch while watching this 16-year-old girl at the time of him being 20. Now, that age gap's not that big of a difference, but it's still inappropriate because first off, you're in public.
Oh my God, he was at an award show.
And second of all,
He knew cameras were going to be on him.
Yeah, I mean, not just like official TV cameras, but like fan cameras were going to be on him. But he didn't obviously care. And Hyunjin sitting next to him, and that poor baby, his face, he looks so sad, and very
disgusted,
uncomfortable.
Yes,
that he was next to him, and
Woojin is all things talking. You can look.
Yeah, I'm not putting the videos in here because they're gross, and I don't want to. I don't want to edit that. I don't want to look at it anymore. I'm tired.
You can look at it. There's plenty of things out there.
Google Woojin scandal. But he's talking to Hyunjin at the time of doing this. And you can tell it's making him feel very uncomfortable.
I don't know what he's saying to him, but
it's clearly something that's not appropriate. So, the next one is also on Twitter. These are not confirmed JYP staff people. Nobody knows because they're anonymous. So it's not like we can conclusively say that this stuff is true. But apparently there is picture and video evidence of certain allegations of apparently, and I'm not going to say which members are which, but you can guess which ones are which just because of how I'm going to describe them. Apparently Woojin was physically abusive towards one of the rappers.
And there's video.
And there's some video evidence. Well, never mind.
At least one video evidence of this.
I'm not even gonna. He body slammed Felix to the ground.
Choke slammed him.
Okay.
His hands were around his throat, and he slammed him onto a wooden table.
Okay, Felix is not, he's not overly muscular, he's not overly tall, but he's also an adult man who's not tiny. And he just full on picked, like, you can't see very well, but you can clearly kind of see his hands. Like, he blocks himself from the camera, but for a split second, you can see his hands on Felix's neck going like that. So,
and with all of his might, slams him onto the table And then when he gets off of him
and takes his tag away, because they're playing a game where you have to try to get the tag off the member's chest, and then you win.
Most of them have fun with it.
Not. And then Felix was
he's sitting there for a few minutes, trying to collect himself
and catch his breath because he was just choke slammed on top of a bench. So there was that, and then there was allegations that he was, he would badmouth the leader, and then there were some more serious ones,
one time, there's a video out there that he elbowed Minho in the face, and
he went down to
it
bow.
took a long time for him to get over it. I mean, he even teared up.
People were saying that the whole rest of the fan sign, Minho was crying and holding his eye, and it was swollen, like it was starting to become maybe a black eye.
And you could tell he did it on purpose.
Yeah, because he smiled, and then he just he pet the back of his head, I'm so.
And just smiled the whole time. Every time he looked at him, he would just smile.
And then there's another video of him literally yeeting the baby across the stage. And now, Shanu from Monsta X, he pushes Hongwan a lot. He'll push him off the stage in a joking way, but it's like a little light tap, right? And he always goes over to see if he's okay, and if Hongwan looks like he's seriously hurt, then he goes over there and he makes sure he's okay. This was him.
Jin Young does that to Bam Bam or to Yugim all the time.
I'm just using those as examples of other people have done this. Playing.
You can tell they're playing.
And he literally takes this little child, because Jungin is the child, and he pushes him so hard that Changbin has to come over and help him stand back up. And then he goes over and kind of looks like he's arm. Well, it kind of looks like he starts to pat the baby's back and then pull him over this way towards the stage. But Changbin's no. And so they're kind of playing tug of war for a second, and then the video clip ends.
It gets much worse.
According to these JYP, I'm using quotations because these are the rumors. This is just a rumor. We don't know for sure. It's allegedly.
Let's just say that there's been sexual abuse allegations from him towards some of the members. Let's not say who the members.
Yeah, specifically two of the members. You can look it up and find it out yourself, but I just don't want to. I don't want to say that because I feel bad. He's
been. They've been known to get into fights with Changbin,
and he apparently mentally abused. Mentally abused him. And so, those are just some of them. There's other videos of ones Felix and him are doing V Live, and I can't remember who's on the other side of the table. I think it might be Chris.
They didn't show in the video of that.
There's a lot of evidence on TikTok, but there's also, you can Google or go onto YouTube and watch some of them.
Yeah. A lot of people already have them up.
Yeah. And he looks genuine. Felix looks so scared. Felix is 20 years old. He's an adult man. He should not have to be terrified to ask another person to go to the bathroom. Now,
he shouldn't have to ask him to go to the bathroom. He should say, hey, I have to go to the bathroom.
Cover for me. But he's literally asking for permission. You can tell. You can
see he does not want to ask him.
And okay, and I get it. If it was a official V Live, an important V Live, their comeback V Live or something like that. It was something, that the company set up for them to do.
Yeah.
Of him saying oh my gosh, do you think I could go to the bathroom? Is it okay, or should I wait until after? I get that. But no, he shouldn't, as an adult man, have to say, "Excuse me, can I go to the bathroom?" And look that terrified to do it.
Yeah. And then when I think Felix was saying, you know, that he loved his brothers,
Felix slipped and said that he loved all 7 of his brothers, and when he only corrected himself and said 8 when the
one of the fans yelled out.
When the fans were saying 8, 8, 8, and he was like, "Oh, my bad," but he was like, but and then there's another video of, again, they were accepting an award, and Chris is he's accepting the award, he's talking, and Hyunjin grabs the baby. Yes, I call him the baby. Ayan is a baby. He grabs his shoulder and pulls him to stand between him and Sungmin, rather than standing beside Woojin, and literally pushes Woojin's hands off of him. The girl behind them, I don't know what her name is, because I don't know that group, or I don't recognize her face, but she looks uncomfortable AF.
And she moves back.
And she moves away from Woojin, and he kind of just like, whatever, and goes off over here. And there's clips of them clearly protecting certain members from him.
Yeah.
And there's lots of videos, you can look it up, of him just like not really looking interested in, and even like participating in things that they're like interviews.
They're all excited, and he's just sitting there.
Now, I know also some people, his fans specifically, will say like, well, maybe he's, you know, like Dio from EXO, he doesn't ever look interested. There's a difference between when Dio's asked a question, he answers it.
Yeah. And Dio does participate.
He does participate in you know, the certain things. Some stuff he's like, no, that's stupid, I don't want to do it. But he
laughs, he cuts up this kid, you know, and the clips that that people found of him making fun of the other members,
just being kind of overall general, even if the abuse and assault allegations are fake, there's still so much evidence of him just being an overall jerk of a guy towards the members, like, and then the fact that he can.
What did I tell you?
Still say, yeah, she actually, when we first started to stand Stray Kids, she said, you know, I don't like that kid, there's something about him. And I had a bad feeling too. I had the same feeling about Serengi, if that gives you any hint. Because I can generally read people about when it comes to that kind of stuff. But
speaking of reading,
somebody this guy Tony something did a palm reading of him.
We'll have his name and
it's very accurate, bro. It's very accurate.
He does a lot of people.
He does his palm readings are pretty cool to watch. But I don't know, he just gives off this overall kind of like, I'm better than you vibe. I get what I want because I'm me vibe.
I was kind of glad that he was gone, because he really, like, if you look at the videos, it doesn't really look like he participated in the videos. He was just there.
Well, I always felt like his parts in the song was not, like, where all of them sound like they're together, his part sounds separate. You know what I mean? Like, it always sounded like, here's them over here, and then here's him.
Yeah.
And this is just my opinion. You can come at me if you want, but I'm allowed to have my opinion.
Yeah.
You're, like, just like you are. Again, another freaking card. But I believe that he is a narcissist. And I believe he is a narcissist, and that he...
I think he's a sexual predator.
Well, he
That's
obviously...
my opinion, not anybody.
It's not fact or anything like that, but that's just what we think. But I believe that he's a narcissist, and that the reason why, one of the reasons why, because I think that if the allegations are true, that's why JYP, he didn't leave JYP booted him.
Oh, yeah, but he's got a new company.
That is a DJ company in Chicago with a furniture store logo. How dumb does he think people are? Anyway.
It'll take 2 seconds to figure that out.
I always kind of looked at him and thought that he, like, the way when Chris would sing or something, or Sungmin would sing, or one of the other members was doing their part, he kind of always looked like disinterested, like, oh, I could have done that better.
Yeah.
Kind of. That's just what I thought.
Like he always thought he was better than
but I always
else.
wanted to give him a chance because, in my opinion, I don't like to just like one member in the group. I like to like all of them. And because it's like, even if I don't like this member a whole lot, he's still a part of the group and I still should support him. So I always try to give him chances and be like, well, maybe it's just because I don't like, you know, his voice as much as I like this person, or I just don't like him as much. But now I know why I didn't like him.
She always told me, oh, well, maybe he doesn't feel good. Maybe he's this, maybe that. Oh, maybe he's just a jerk.
I try to look for the bright side in people, and I can't. Not with this. Because I've seen child abuse. And it's not fun. I now know. I just feel bad for stray kids and the victims, because even if they're not a victim of woojin, they're a victim of somebody. They, you know, maybe if they, some people were saying, oh, maybe you got it wrong and it's this person. They're still a victim. Why are you victim bashing them? So,
stand stray kids.
That is,
And,
do not stream his MV, as he liked to say in his, we didn't even get into the,
yes.
statement he put out, because it makes me too mad to talk about. So,
he didn't even, it was supposed to be an apology
to his fans, and then instead he's like, stream my MV.
My new MV, and he doesn't even have a company.
Have a company. He's been blacklisted from. Usually, when K-pop idols leave
the main three,
people don't generally try to work with them. The exception to this would be like Hyuna, because like she's a queen and she like can do whatever she wants, or like Jessie and stuff like that. But even those people had to work extremely hard.
Yeah. To
get into other companies.
Bomb,
she's only just now getting her reputation back, and it's still kind of like people are like, oh, we don't know. So you know.
But if you take 2 seconds, you'll figure out that the company doesn't exist, and I mean, for God's sake, he used a furniture store logo.
And I forgot to mention this earlier when I was talking about the Twitter thread that first broke all this. The girl did not take down her Twitter thread. The woojin's fans, they're called Cubs, which is actually an insanely cute name for a fandom. I'm not gonna lie.
But the Cubs had it taken down.
The Cubs had it taken down because of mass reporting this account for spreading hate towards their idol.
But he's not an idol.
At most, he's an Instagram model /
well, not anymore, because they banned
Yes, his Instagram account has been taken down, I believe.
Yes.
Anyway.
Temporarily.
That's all I can talk about. I'm frustrated. I need to go watch a bunch of cute Stray Kids videos. I need to go watch Jungin eat cake again.
Be happy.
If you're a victim of abuse
I'm very sorry for you.
and you haven't told anybody, tell somebody.
It's important that you tell somebody. Let someone know.
Because your opinion and your voice matters.
Yes. And then they can't do it again to another victim.
Or you.
Or you. We love you.